keep anything you
I really don't care, right? Like people go, do you have any of the first minis? I would like to have had some of the first minis I ever painted to be able to show off on stream now that we do this all the time.
Right.
You know, that's one of the things that over the last 10 years I've been the most bummed about is that I don't have. But then you think about it, it's like I have 10 years of minis I've painted on stream I can show off.
I mean, you've got
the fact that my first miniatures were painted in the 80s just makes me long a little bit to be able to grab those. But back in that day, I didn't think that, you know, when I'm 50-something, I'll be sitting here painting miniatures on a live show wanting to show these to people. That's just not how your brain works.
That's true. I mean, but you've always said you're not necessarily you like the process a lot.
Oh yeah, I don't really care. I mean, I like the models, and you know, everybody asks what's your favorite model to paint, and I'm like, that's the one in front of me. You know, at the time, it's the rule of cool. It's whatever I'm painting is the one that I'm the most happy with.
Right.
But I don't really care when I'm done with a model or set a model aside. I literally forget about it. It just goes out of my head. Win, lose, or draw. Like if I make a mistake, I don't care. And understand that I make 99% of my mistakes are done in front of a live audience.
That's true.
So I've had to really get used to the fact, and this is not, you know, a prideful statement, but I've had to get used to the fact that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter. You know, if I mess up doing anything, you just fix it. And you know what's funny is that some of our best content comes from when I fix mistakes, and I know that we don't do that a lot, but when I do, the upside down shoulder pauldron on the build of the model and busting that off and stuff was a good lesson in how to go back to a model when possibly the worst thing you can encounter is looking at your resin model and realizing you put it together wrong and that it's super glued, and how the hell are we going to fix this?
I know.
And we fixed it. So, you know, again, I'm impervious to that kind of pain. So I would say I applaud your effort. Always look to give yourself the kudos you deserve by even picking the brush up, right? I applaud you for just picking a brush up and trying painting.
Yeah.
So don't beat yourself up too bad when it doesn't turn out the way you want, and realize that the hardest thing of all is to say that, yeah, this takes time. You know, nobody gets to be a great painter on day one. There are some savants, you know, people that pick up a violin and somehow know how to play Chopin straight out of the gates. But that is not me. That is probably not you. And that's fine. So don't sweat it. Keep going. Try new things. Ooh. You know, I always say the first step is to just paint inside the lines and be happy with that.
Yeah.
Stop judging yourself against the expectation of others or false expectations in your own head. Start with something simple. Stay inside the lines. Make sure that your brush strokes don't get erratic. You know, treat it like a coloring book. And how would you want your coloring book page to look? Make it feel like that. And that's a win.
Yep. A Dragon Mass first time chat says, any advice for someone wanting to start a painting live stream?
Oh boy.
That's a big one.
I have done a lot of interviews on this. I used to tour around to a lot of like conventions where they would have me sit on panels to talk about live streaming. And I don't think that painting is any different than any other live stream. And I will tell you that the first things you need is you need quality internet that does not fail on you. Right? So you need that. And then you need a schedule that you can stick to. Right?
Right.
As painters, we're blessed with the concept that what we do is a variety stream, unless you pigeonhole yourself and say, I paint Warhammer.
Right.
Right? And then you're stuck painting, you know, or worse yet, I paint Space Marines. You know, it's the only Space Marines channel, and so I paint Space Marines. Fisters!
The Fisters.
And, you know, so just, I would say all you have to do is be careful in that regard, not pigeonhole yourself too bad. And that's a broad statement, because that includes your attitude, your personality. Is that if you pigeonhole yourself, you're always limited to the audience that you're talking to. So I think, you know, being as flexible as possible, but staying to a very finite schedule is the biggest key for streamers of all types. Yeah. You are trying to convince people that you have a TV show worth watching, right? We are TV. We are the modern times TV show. And if you want to become a person's favorite television show, you need to be consistent. You need to be on when they expect you to be on. You need to be on for the time they expect you to be on. If you do not have a lifestyle that can do that, then do not have high expectations. It doesn't mean you can't still stream. Just go into it knowing that I'm just going to do this for me and for fun when I want to. And I would say do that way anyway.
Yeah.
You're definitely not coming into stream painting to get rich. That's not going to happen. But if you want to do it, don't have a lot of expectations on follower count, and don't be worried too much about how many people are watching you at any given time. Just have fun, right? Because I tell you what, when I'm going around the internet and watching people, I go around and just kind of stalk the miniature painters.
Yeah.
And I'll go into chats a lot of times where somebody might only have one viewer, and that one viewer might be their chat bot. And I'll sit there and talk with them and stuff like that. But I really want to find people that are engaging. Whether they're good at painting is irrelevant. I'm more interested in what the personality is like when you're streaming. Yeah. I think it's more about that than doing great painting. There are some great painters who have tried to stream that have fallen off quickly because it's not about that. I can sit and watch you paint gloriously, but if you have zero personality, don't talk to your chat, what's the purpose? I'm not going to learn anything. I'm not going to make new friends. So be engaging, right? Painting is dull by its very nature. That's why at the end of the stream, I always say, thanks for hanging out and watching paint dry with me, because the audience makes this. And so, making sure that you're pleasurable to the broadest group of people that you can be is key. And just find your way. Don't force it. Be you. That's the entertainer's dilemma, right? Yeah. Across the board. Is how do I take what I am and make it interesting for who I'm trying to talk to? And you can't get lost in the weeds and think about it too much. You just got to go out there and be you.
That's right.
Put it together.
It's part of the landscape.
Do the thing. Paint the stuff. Have fun. The crowd will come.
I am aware, chat, of the YouTube incident going on right now.
Is it just not working? Not connecting?
No, YouTube is live. The YouTube chat is not working. Okay. So literally inside YouTube.
We've had this happen before.
Just YouTube.
Yeah, we've had this happen with Restream, that just YouTube. We had to have everybody come over to Twitch just for the giveaway.
Weird because I see the Restream bot is coming up, but it's like not connecting. So I'm still troubleshooting it, but like I said, I can't see YouTube comments actually. Like people aren't typing, but I know you guys are typing.
Oh, the chat's not showing up.
I think it's a YouTube thing.
Oh, it could be. Yeah. Last time when we investigated, it was a YouTube like ingest server on the chat side.
I had to reset YouTube. Dyslexic Mini Painter, I see you there. So again, I don't want to derail us, but I am trying to troubleshoot it as best I can. So bear with me. It's a part of the landscape.
Notice how I said just have good internet.
Well, we do.
Don't worry about the rest of the tech, because a lot of it you can't be in control of. I used to get nuclear whenever tech would go bad when streaming.
Yeah.
And I had to learn very quickly that you can't control that. It's still frustrating. It's never not going to be frustrating, but you can limit your amount of frustration if you just know that, yeah, you'll have problems like this. Keep going. Roll with the punches.
Now, are you planning on doing all of these in non-metallic steel?
Yeah.
I do like that red gun casing.
I like all my bolters to have red cases. When he has a red head, we've just done the reds differently, so I think it'll still look good. I've only done the black red on there. I still need to do pyro red or one of the other reds.
Okay. Twitch is seeing YouTube chat. YouTube chat is not seeing Twitch. But there it is. I see that one.
Fantastic.
Anyway, we'll do our best, chat. Bear with us. Wirehead, many, many years in IT, the core keeps your sanity. Hey, you know what? Video game archaeologist says if Space King wanted us to be green lasers, he would have given us green lasers.
Oh my God, that was one of the best episodes.
Wild, dude. They're so crazy.
Best episode where they're off and they find the green crystals.
Yeah.
And change their guns to green. Look, green!
I typically don't go for that humor sometimes, but you want to know the thing that got me?
Oh, their whole thing is potty humor.
Dude.
It is literally teen boy potty humor. I'm not going to lie. And I know that can offend people, but it is so funny.
Dude, the part, those little blue characters that go, and then they like kill the little blue characters.
Yep. My God.
It's so sad, but I died out loud.
It's so funny. That's their towel.
The towel, right.
That's their towel. one of these.
It's so silly, dude.
The wanton mayhem that it brings up is incredible.
Oh yeah. So are you planning on making the teeth glow or not on this guy?
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't know if that was in your mind.
Nope. That's like their communicator thing, right?
Yeah.
On their visor. But no, I'm not. I'm not going that hard. Like I said, I want to paint him very beat up,
Right.
like I would paint a tank. So right now we're just cutting in all of the base colors for everything that isn't supposed to be yellow, just so we can get our bearings on the model on what has to be done. And then we'll start looking at how to do all of these sections and what coloring I'm going to use and all that. I'm just kind of using Payne's Gray as my black, where I would say I'm blacking out all of the overspray areas. Right now we're just Payne's Graying out all the overspray areas so that we can be able to see what the model needs to look like at the end.
Papa Chicken says, at what step do you bust out the can of enamel wood stain and do a dip wash?
On this guy?
Enamel wood stain.
Can you be like, bloop, and then just shake him off?
That'd actually be kind of fun.
Put him on the
Just
end of
for
a
fun.
drill and spin the drill so it just flings it all off.
Spin the drill. That would be a mess. Oh, Sigavax. Okay, my three biggest things for me on this 14th month journey. Didn't force myself to follow someone else's style. Nice.
Good.
Learn different techniques and let it come to you.
Yep.
I'm not a speed painter, so I value time-intensive techniques like glazing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I paint faces first to make sure my focal point is established.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to be repainting. My worst started models ended up being my best work.
Good.
That's a big journey.
Awesome. That's really good. And that's very self-inflective, right? Like you've really done some deep looking at the process as you've gone, which I think is always great. You know, being able to identify what's working and not working for you along the way is huge.
Yeah.
And you got to take that risk to really, pay attention. Pay attention. All right. Now what do we want to do? I think...
Well, yeah, where do you go from here?
I think I want to start beating the armor up, actually.
Are you
maybe not. Maybe I'll put some pyro red on the gun.
Are you going to make these back things like... Are you going to do anything to those? Like the vents?
What do you mean?
The back of the vents. Are these... I don't know what these are on these guys. Are they like... They're not jetpacks,
That's his fister pack.
Okay, it's fister pack. They don't glow, though, right?
Nothing glows. What is up with you and glowing?
Jason, what if it did, though?
Oh, my God.
What if it glue? Is it glue? If it glow?
If it glued?
If it glowed, it did? What if it glowed, it did?
What is up with you and glowing? Quit it. Stop trying to make me do things glowy.
But
what if it did? Jason, what if my doctor
I'm just
called?
asking if your plan is glowing.
What if the doctor called and said,
He'd let me die.
oh, you'd be dead.
Yeah.
Dead. Just
I
dead.
can't ask that question. Can you come down a little bit for us? There you go.
No.
Now that looks like burnt red, or is that red oxide? I missed the bottle. Maybe.
Chet?
Hello, Bueller. Chris demands OSL content. I like glow. Sue me.
He's been doing a lot of OSL like on all his armies.
It's very fun. I just like doing it.
He's learned a new trick. So now he wants
It's
everybody to
just
do his
satisfying. Right?
new trick. Can be, for sure.
It is for me.
Yeah, there's part of me that wishes this guy had like a plasma weapon. Because it is definitely the kind of model that's sized up for doing like a good plasma glow on the chest or something. But no, we just want to get this guy done.
I mean, okay. No glow. That's all right. You can make his gun a green laser.
And this is pyro red, by the way.
Oh, it's pyro red.
Yeah.
Okay. No, Punisher, that's what I asked earlier. Oshek, no. Yes, Big Bob, it is that time. It is stream time.
We've
And hey,
been
there's a
here.
giveaway today.
We've been here, Big Bob.
If you are not familiar with how the giveaway works, hit this link. Oh, blam. There's your link. In YouTube, I know that I can still see you, and I'm going to put that over there for you.
Again, just glazing pyro red up from the darkest sections of the black red. Very light brush stroke to start, heavier brush stroke as I move up towards the top. Just kind of weave it in there so I get a blend going. I'm going to make this gun pretty beat up too, so texture doesn't bother me right now.
Yeah. When you say weathered, you mean like armor chipping and that
armor
kind
chipping,
of stuff?
scratches, yeah, stuff like that.
He doesn't mean like cold weather, chat.
What?
Like weathered, you know, like it's raining.
That's not what that. That's not how that works.
Red Faye, curiosity question: how come most reds are so translucent?
It's just a pigment base that it comes from, right? Pyro red is actually pretty opaque. Given the nature of raw pigment, it's in that, I guess, semi-opaque range, right? What is the yeah, considered opaque. I thought so. Had to check. But pyro on its own is considered to be an opaque pigment, so it's not really very translucent. Other reds, as they turn to oranges and stuff, do, because if you add yellow into things, yellow is very translucent. Now, if your red is made like house paint is made, you may not be getting a red pigment in your paint. You may be getting a magenta and a yellow pigment in your paint to make the red. And that will be way more translucent because magenta, right, and yellow are both very translucent. But if it's using good high quality red pigments, then a lot of those are opaque. Again, that's one of the big differences between Pro-Acryl and all the other paints. Not all the other paints. There are some really good paints out there that also treat it like, fine art style quality. But very few in our industry. Most of them are made by typing a number into a computer and the computer picking which pigments need to go into the paint to make the color match the color that you're trying to create. We don't do it that way. We're less concerned with that, spot on color match, and we're more concerned with making sure that we use as few pigments as possible to get to that color.
Right.
To give you really, really good quality, and really the ability to mix is the key for me.
A true mix.
Paint lines that have 5 million colors are probably not done in the same way we make our paint.
Yeah.
Because you can't really mix them as well to get every color in between the two you have in your hand. So they make more colors. For us, we make fewer colors because we intend for you to mix more to get the colors in between. So you'll see me do that quite a bit. This red is translucent because I have it very, very thin. A lot of water on my brush so that I can glaze it over the black red and just get a hint of that red built up where I want it. To get a dirty blend from top to bottom like that.
Redface says, awesome. Thanks, Jason. Oh, you'll thank him all right.
Hey, you quit it.
You will.
You let these nice people be.
These nice people?
They're great people, Chris.
I don't know.
Chris, they think you're worth hanging out with, so that makes them pretty okay.
That's a good point. Hey, Holly, thank you so much for that Prime sub. And Randy as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate these subs.
Thank you.
Do you have any color categories that you want to fill out more in the brand, i.e., some more purples, yellows, or whatever? Question mark.
I have a couple purples that are in more the violet range. There are, oh gosh, a couple more reds, right? That like a nice scarlet red. Yeah. Obviously, the red that we call lovingly eclectic salmon here, that is like a peachy red.
A peachy
salmon red.
Yeah.
Think about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some things like that I definitely want to do. Some military style colors people keep yelling at us for. Like a good U.S. olive drab. Some of those. But no, I don't feel like the line is missing a whole lot. I never want for color. I do find myself still mixing some colors that I really wish I didn't have to mix. So that's really where my brain goes into, okay, what do I find myself mixing a lot of?
Do you find, besides eclectic salmon, is there any other color that you mix a lot?
I mix a lot of the Payne's Gray White Blue intermediaries.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So there's some of those that we'll be looking at, right, for the non-metallics. The same is not true on golds. On golds, we can do non-metallic gold without ever mixing anything, which is nice. On the coppers and the silvers, though, we have some colors which, again, the salmony reds take care of for the copper.
Well, I was saying, have you ever thought about a Payne's Gray primer? Because I would buy that immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I'm happy with the dark purple right now. And then, being able to airbrush the Payne's Gray. But I think there's a place in the world for a Payne's Gray primer for sure. Oh, show. All right.
Little Billy's saying, will you be using the Rogue Hobbies orange red on this?
We already did.
I have it coming in the mail. We did do that, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, no, we didn't. We chose not to. And no.
I thought you did on the top.
No, we just used eclectic salmon.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure?
I don't. Well,
I don't think so.
No, I think it was orange red.
Yeah.
That's just orange red.
Yeah. I specifically asked because I remember you saying, no, I think I'm going to just stick with orange red.
Yeah, we just did the orange red because the eclectic salmon, I think, was going to be too bright for the white stripe that we put on there, right?
Yeah.
And then on this is just black red and pyro red to be a dirtier red. Keep it out of the same range as the helmet a little bit.
Grumpus, first time chat. The Payne's Gray has absolutely changed how I do my shadows. It's a daily use paint for me.
100%.
Awesome. Hey, and welcome in, by the way.
100%. It is. Oh, look. It is, in every sense of the word, it is the better black in most cases.
What's that, Payne's Gray?
Payne's Gray.
The better black.
It doesn't mean you will move away from black in every instance. But in a lot of them, you definitely can when you have Payne's Gray and use it correctly. Even if what you intend to do is just go back over the Payne's Gray with a black wash. Because it gives enough of interest to your darkness with that blue tinge. Blue-black is the same way. A lot of great colors in that space. All right. Yeah, there's there's like bolts right there. I think those bolts should also be not yellow.
Randy says, I use Expert Acrylics Payne Gray too. Oh, yeah, it's awesome.
It's even darker.
Yeah, it's an amazing color. Very pretty.
The undiluted version of Payne's Gray and the Expert Acrylics is by far the best replacement for black.
Boshek says, I really need to pick up some more colors. What are you waiting for? There you go. That's my sales pitch.
We used to give Boshek hell.
Oh, yeah?
Because he'd be like, when Jen was on stream, he's like, ah, there's a girl. And he'd go hide under his bed.
Oh, I see. I understand. They're not canon in Space King's world. DFW says, how often do you all use Noosh? I use it all the time.
I think he uses it on every project.
Now I've been really trying it as my, like, when I want to go do a, in quotes, wash, right? I just use that. And I would err on the side more Noosh than paint. I learned that the hard way this last weekend
100%.
with the test. I tried a 50-50 and it did not work the way I wanted it to. But
it's going to give you more color than you want.
Yeah, then I dialed it back and it was perfect.
Well, they do have them underneath too. Rats.
Ogre says, one of the biggest things I've learned this year from you is underpainting and how it changes the look of their overall look at the end.
Yep.
Dagamass says, what is Noosh, by the way? It's our weathering medium. It is our call to oil washes. It's an alternative. It's a subtractive medium, and it is a wonderful product.
I don't think I care about that one. I don't care about that one. I'm not painting that. Can't see it from the cheap seats. All right. I got to do some freehanding, believe it or not.
You do that now?
Yeah, because you have to do all of the freehanding as if the model is brand new, and then you have to chip over the top of any of the stuff you're going to put on it. So we need to do whatever logo we plan to do.
Okay. How do you typically start your freehand?
I take whenever I'm going to do freehand. So we have to think first. We're going to do the Fisters logo on this side. And we have to think about how we want to do the Fisters logo. Number one, do we want to do it because the Imperial Fist thing that we're joking on is a white circle with a black frame.
You're doing like a fist bump
and a fist, but I'm going to do a fist bump instead of the vertical. Hand, right? The Imperial Fist has the back of the glove, whereas like the Iron Hands has that same back of a glove, but the glove is open.
Oh, right.
The Imperial Fists have the glove as a fist.
And then you're going to do the pound.
And I want to do the fist bump.
Okay.
So,
where do you start?
I got to think about what type of shape I want. I know the fist, but what type of a field do I want to put the fist on, right? Does it want to be on a circle like that? Does it want to be on like an upside down triangle with a fist in it, or a triangle, or a square, or a diamond with a fist in it, maybe?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Could be kind of cool.
The upside down triangle seems kind of fun.
There's
a okay.
So the circle with the fist in it makes it two Imperial Fists, and people look at it and say you got the logo wrong.
You want to know what's funny?
What? I'm going to do a diamond.
If you do an upside down triangle, the little suggest.
You are such a dirty individual. I'm doing a diamond.
That's what the fist. Oh.
Yeah, the diamond is way underused as a shape, so we're doing a diamond.
Do the diamond, Jason.
You know what, Chris? I'm doing the diamond, and I don't care what you say.
I do the diamond, so I can't do the diamond.
So I will do a background in neutral gray.
Okay. Ooh, neutral gray.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want the diamond to be white with a black fist, so I'm going to do it with neutral gray first.
Jade, your local FLGS is carrying everything Monument now. Nice.
Yeah.
They even have the new studio linked.
Very good. World domination. Love to hear it. Okay. So, side of shoulder. Gray. And the idea here is, number one, where do you want it placed? So it would typically be on the, you know, the center side. But because this shoulder is so ridiculously bulky, I probably want to see some of it from here.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to put it in the center and define the way it would normally be. I'm going to do it like something like this, I think, so we have more of it to see from all angles. And the first thing I want to do is just kind of start a shape and be thinking about doing it smaller than I ultimately want it, so that I can grow the dimensions to fit the area. But if I start small like this, then I can at least get an understanding of placement better.
Okay.
And I had a lot of paint on that first brush stroke, so I'm going to go ahead and mash that down and fill this in. So just get the basic shape. Remember, I talk about freehanding being a thing that no matter what you do, you want to try to break your image down into geometric shapes.
Okay.
So a diamond is a geometric shape, so we'll just continue to paint the diamond. But I know that if I want to put a fist inside of this, I need it to be broader across the middle.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go from my same starting point up here, and I'm going to make this wider out to here. And then same thing back to here. Oh. And do the same thing over here. And these don't have to be perfect because, like I said, you can go back and change this, fill it in how you want.
Yeah.
Change the shape if it doesn't look right. But it's looking pretty good, right? We want to get a diamond on there, but again, from this side, if I'm looking at him from the front, I'm not going to see a lot, so I want to make it even bigger. I'm going to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to paint a line across the center that shows how wide I want the diamond to be. Something like that. If I look at it from the front now, does that come across the front enough? Probably not. Let's go even bigger. Like that. We'll see how that looks. Then we just connect the dots. Notice, I don't know if you noticed there, I was turning the model rather than pulling the brush.
Yeah.
Right, so that can help. I hold the brush here and then turn the model. That way I know that my hand isn't going to shake.
Right.
So little tricks you can do like that. Not always. Sometimes the model, you're not going to be able to move it in the right way. This one's a little sketchy because it's a sphere anyway, but same thing here. If I just kind of hold the brush still and then rotate the model, I don't have to make, I can make sure that my line is a lot straighter than if I pull a bunch of small brush strokes along the way. And you can just wireframe it like this to get the shape the way you want it.
Mm-hmm.
Turn it upside down so I can still pull my line the same way. And I'm steepling my pinky on the model, right? Just setting the brush down.
You scoot over a little, Jason. Perfect.
Again, being able to turn the model helps a lot here, especially when going over a dome like this. Keep that line straight.
It's a big model, too. It's kind of nice to be able to do it that way.
And then just fill it in. I like doing this with something dark like neutral gray against this yellow field rather than going straight with white. White also, as you do this, might show a bunch more brush strokes against the yellow. So this is a cleaner way to at least start your shape out. And there we have the beginnings of our diamond. Looks pretty good. Over here, though, I want a different color because we were going to put Budamus on a banner, right?
Budamus.
Budamus. So we need to know what we would do over here. Would it be a numeral? Probably. Like a numeral with a banner underneath it or something like that?
I think so.
So it has to be the number 2 because it's a poop joke.
I guess so.
Right?
Yep.
Can you bring up Gothic lettering so I can see what a number 2 looks like?
Gothic lettering number 2.
Coal black. Oh, yeah. Like that one on the yellow field right there. I think that's it. Gesundheit, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that one. Can you pop that one up and make it bigger?
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna snip it.
Yeah, I was gonna say just
here we go.
Save it and bingo.
Who does number 2 work for?
Exactly.
Says Wirehead. Source, we're not going to do 69 in Roman numerals. You're silly. You silly. I almost suggested that, but I decided not to go blue.
This is an adult show. We are making poop jokes. Who doth number 2 work for? All right. Hockadock.
I won't turn the safe search off on that searching for number 2, by the way, Seger.
All right, so again, I kind of want it above center so it's a little bit more visible from the side, even though that's wrong, technically. This is hard. To do a full curve is hard because it's not a hard pin, so you got to kind of break things up. So I'm going to do this section like so. Then I'm going to do this section. More calligraphic, where I go thicker and then let it fall down like so. And then maybe I can get the brush to do the base the way I want it. I want it to do like this and then like this. It's been a long time since I've done calligraphy. That's not bad.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's not bad, actually.
No, that's dope. That's awesome.
Your brush is great as a calligraphy tool. It is the original calligraphy tool. So if you're doing Gothic lettering, you can pull it off pretty well just by utilizing the nature of the brush. I'm not great at this, so don't get too mad at me here. But like on this one, what I want to do is come down here and then push harder as I bring the in there and then kind of work backwards from that to thicken that up. And that's not bad.
I guess you're just adjusting your pressure.
Pressure on the brush. Yep. Pressure and angle on the brush is all calligraphy is about. Knowing that you do not have a solid tip. So that tip is going to splay differently as you put pressure on it, right? It'll pull a nice fine tight line when you don't have a lot of pressure on it. And the harder you push, the thicker the line is going to get, right? And so then we want to, this has this neat embellishment on it, which I really like. See if I can pull this off without screwing this up. It has this neat embellishment that starts thin, and then I will start to push harder and then drag my brush along like this, and then like that, right? Mm-hmm. It's the release for me that's the hardest part.
The release?
The letting go so it gets thin again.
Yeah.
without having the brush skate and make that line wavy. That's the hardest thing for me in calligraphy is that I can always start and go thin to thick, but then back to thin, I always whip the brush around because as I let pressure off, the tip moves weird. That's the hardest part for me.
And what brush are you using?
I'm using that Sable number 3, same one I've been using.
Ronnie Prime, that's what he's using. Ronin Prime.
Just redoing it to blacken it up a bit.
Nice. I think this was a good decision.
And then this just has this little tail that comes right out of here. And then has like a little brush end on it. So. Look all right? Looks
Cool.
pretty good. Let's thicken up the base. I like that. That stylized part is really cool. I don't know that I gave myself anywhere to put the banner.
Yeah.
Maybe we do a laurel around this.
Yeah.
And then we do the banner over here with the fist. And we do the banner like across the bottom of the diamond.
Yeah.
Right? Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we can do that. We're getting crazy now, chat.
Yeah, we are. Scorcher says, at the end of the brushstroke, how do you prevent that dot of paint?
It's really more about making sure that you don't have a lot of paint on the brush and that you're lifting the brush up very slowly. That's what I was talking about, is that you want to, as you are, my skin's going to act different than the model, but as you're like, if you go like this and then you do that calligraphic swoosh, and then when you get to the end, you just want to let off that pressure as you get there, and you won't get that because you've let all the paint stop flowing as I release pressure.
Right.
Right, so you can get a nice start and stop that way, but it's also controlling the amount of liquid on the brush. Too much liquid and you're always going to leave a little bit of extra here, right? Too watery of a paint, that kind of stuff. Got to be careful. Got to be careful, man. I'm just going to fill this in carefully. Give it a little bit more opacity.
Nice.
Always trying to start smaller, like I said, because you can grow it much easier than you can shrink it. That make sense?
Uh-huh. Can you come down a little bit? Perfect.
Much easier to increase the dimension than it is to make this smaller if you didn't get it right.
Yeah.
Now, letters are tough because they don't grow in every dimension. You can't just make a letter A or this number 2 bigger, but I can thicken the line work. So I need to have the shape, the height, and width that I want it, but I can then thicken the lines that make the shape as I go, and that works pretty well. I like that. That turned out really good. Dose. Who does number 2 work for? All right. Then we need to do white on this. I don't think I need black for anything right now.
Nah, the banner has to say Fister, says Rattlecan.
It has to say Fister?
Yeah, I think so.
Fisters!
Fisters.
Okay. All right. I like it. It'll have the pound and then say Fisters.
I think that's appropriate.
Okay, cool.
Would you do, what color are you going to do that banner? Like in taupe color?
In like beiges,
yeah.
you know, like
the actual like scroll.
the actual
style?
scroll work style,
fun.
yeah. I'll start with browns and work up through to maybe, ivory, olive flesh, something like that. We'll do it as a homage to Chris and his olive flesh fantasies.
I do like olive flesh. It's a
We
great
know.
paint.
We know. God knows.
Nicholas says, you can always make it bigger, in quotes. Is that the Fister's motto? Yes.
Wow. We hadn't thought of that, but you might be on to something there.
We'll take it.
We'll take it, I guess.
Hey, speaking of taking it, it's a giveaway day. You seeing that link that's been popping up in both of the chats. Make sure you click it and sign up. We'll call it at some point. Oh. And I will give you all a 5-minute warning before I pick the name. I think that's fair.
MTG Dad, awesome. Yeah, brush angle is everything, and it's funny, I had some comments on that were like, yeah, or you could just take care of your brush. I'm like, dude, this is what helps you take care of every brush. If you take that I said last week on brush angle, and make sure that your brand new brushes you treat that way, your old brushes you treat that way, every brush will last you longer.
Yeah.
Right.
Regardless if you clean them
or
not.
It is so natural to pick up a brush and try to use it like a pencil or a pen. Because for a lot of us, that feels natural. When you hold something this shape in your hand, you want to go to right. And when we go to right, we can't lay a pen over on its side and have it right. It won't do that. Right? You have to use the pen and the pencil like this. A pencil will do this, but it'll shade. It'll make the big, thick lines. But a pen or pencil is usually what you want. So when I watch people paint, they typically go at a very steep angle to the model, and that requires you to bend the bristles a ton to get paint out.
Yeah.
And as opposed to doing this, you can get paint out very easily because you're using more surface area of the brush touches and doesn't have to bend the brush so much. So doesn't put as steep of a curve of pressure on the brush.
Source says, and that's why Monument Hobbies' next product is paint pens. I don't think that's happening.
All right. I've got my white pretty thin, as you can see, just so I can build up color the way I want to. Not worried about texture on this.
Kinzilla's asking, I'm concerned. I've cornered myself into painting an large and detailed angel as an anniversary gift for my wife.
Nice.
I've seen your tutorials on painting skin, but do you have any recommendations on painting angelic wings?
Oh boy.
We don't have a dedicated one. I'm gonna send you this VOD link though, where he did the sanguineous wings.
I think that's a good one.
They're awesome.
I can show you what we're talking about.
Let me find the exact one.
I do, and these, while not being done, give you a good idea of how you can make color by underpainting really work.
Yeah.
And then this is the done version of it that I have on another Blood Angel, actually.
Yeah.
Right? On Dante. And so, same concept. I've just used a lot more magenta and turquoise and such on Sanguinius. We have yet to do the final pass of white on Sanguinius, so I just did the initial transparent white on him to get it set, but same concept. This is with more of the final whites and a little bit of yellow on the top for the glow, like a sunlight glow on the wings, and then you can see the shadowed side as well.
That link I just put is the start of that series, which is actually over a year ago now. That was back last February.
So the way I like to do wings, you'll hear a lot of people on the channel talk about underpainting. I use underpainting to great effect on a lot of things, and wings are one of the best because it really allows you to create some color and then go to whatever color you want to, brown or whatever. I'm assuming if you're doing an angel, you want like white, angelic white wings.
Yeah, start at that VOD Canzilla and watch a couple days, and he does the whole workup. So go check that out. Boshek, those wings from that he had on Dante are from the Andrasta?
Yeah.
From a Age of Sigmar model.
Best
Yeah.
wings.
They're super cool.
If you want angelic bird-like feathered wings, they are the best wings. If you can, I don't know how you can buy them third-party bit for cheap, but
yeah, I'm sure
we had an extra Andrasta here because we bought so many of those damn Age of Sigmar boxes.
Yeah, you could probably buy one of those boxes for ultra cheap. That was the original Dominion box.
Yeah.
Cool models in it, though. I mean,
yeah,
all of the Stormcast models are pretty cool.
Well, that wasn't when they released them. That release had the new orcs in it.
Yeah, I had the Cruel Boys. And those would work for Celestian wings as well, says Boshak. Yeah. That tutorial VOD that he did could work for any color wings, and then you just change it. He uses transparent white on those, if I remember right.
Yep, transparent white and titanium white after the fact. Well, we haven't finished Sanguinia, so he hasn't gotten to that point. He's just transparent white right now.
Sifter Bear says, how would you approach a similar color scheme with scales instead of feathers? Huh.
I mean, you do the same thing. Treat the scales the same way I did with the feathers. You can underpaint scales. You can do anything you want. Scales may have a lot of different physical transition on the model that you have to take into account because there's more depth to it, maybe. I don't know. Feathers can be sculpted the same way with a lot of depth to them. My brightest point is going to be up here where I'm darkest, unfortunately. And just thin layers of white. Don't worry about it looking messy. We'll smooth it out at the end. But right now, just getting color on there is key.
Shark says, I don't remember seeing this model on the Conquest website. We have been painting a lot of Conquest. Great segue.
Space King!
We changed it up. And by we, I mean Jason. And by Jason, I mean me. And by we, I mean the people.
Well, this thing showed up in the mail 2 days ago.
It did, and you were super
and I got
jazzed for it.
excited. So
there you go.
I'm a kid in a candy store. I'm like,
We-
rule of cool means we paint fisters.
We have plenty of things to paint.
We paint the fisters. Who does number 2 work for? He works for Space King, of course.
I think Jason just wanted a day where he could really be at that 10% silly.
LaPlante, what's going on?
Shark, work's been a bear lately. Oh, how many Conquest armies are left now? Many.
Oh, wait a minute.
Whoa.
All of them? Is there one I haven't started, though?
Yes, it's the...
I don't think so.
Done the dwarf one. You've done Spires. Done the city states.
Nords.
You have not done Nords.
I've done
Well,
100.
technically, didn't you... Isn't one of your old giants the same thing?
It is a Nord, yeah. So I've done one of those in the past.
I was going to build that at some point.
The giant?
Yeah, I
A
just
giant's
made that
rad.
model.
The giant's
Does that
rad,
come
but I
with
have the commander werewolf. Or werewolf commander. That's the guy I want to paint first out of that Nords thing.
Oh, really?
They have werewolves.
Oh.
So there's a unit of 3 werewolves with a werewolf commander.
I saw that one.
They're bitching. So I think I want to paint that for the Nords. And then the giant, too. They got great stuff.
Praise be to Space King.
Praise be to Space King.
No, he's not going to do the Dino Orcs.
I am one. I got the one you wanted me to get, chat. I got the
yes.
I got the Tyrannosaurus Rex limited edition big resin one. I have it in my office.
It's resin?
Yeah, that whole thing is
Oh.
like a big resin beast.
Dang, that's going to be
Yeah, so we have the big chonky Tyrannosaurus founders model.
You have those over there too, I saw.
What?
Whatever boxes you put over there.
Boxes?
The hubris one.
Ooh.
That you should. Okay, you should do that one as your building video. By the way.
Oh, this is resin. I don't want to do that. I want to do plastic.
That's resin?
Yeah, this is all resin.
Oh, I thought
all the founders exclusive are resin.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So we got the hubris model that.
Oh, so that other one is.
This thing's rad.
I didn't realize that's resin.
Oh my god, it's so good. And it has a different head. I'm not going to do this head. It has one that's even better. It doesn't show the variations, but it has another head that has a helmet on it. Oh yeah, you can barely see it there. The head is so good. It's like some weird alien looking,
yeah,
Geiger-esque alien head, and then a big toothed sword that you can do rather than the one here. But yeah, we got all sorts of fun stuff. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah, these are all. They have Michael Contreras does some sculpts for them,
right?
And this is one of the Michael Contreras, like the Giants.
Yeah.
So that one's good. Got that. I also got the Aroni limited edition one. I broke down and bought the Aroni one that has the Tengu flipping up over the big guy, not the Oni, but
oh, nice.
It's really cool. Guy. It's really cool. So
is the Giants not resin?
That one is. I think that other one is too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of resin.
Yeah, that guy's resin. He's the same size.
What's the perk of resin over plastic, says K Shorties?
You can make it in smaller runs.
Because these are limited.
Yeah, like that Hubris model I just showed you, they only made like 500 of it, I think. Or no, they made, it's Leet. 1,337 they made. I think. So they do some of their models in limited runs. It's not a model, it's a proxy.
Oh.
It's a limited edition model that you proxy. Like that one is an Avatara champion sculpt, the Hubris one.
Oh.
I don't think it has like its own in-game function.
Oh.
It is a proxy for another model. In the game.
Okay.
That's how they make them limited.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So all the limited ones are either just for fun, you can't use them in game, they're just sculpts to paint, or ones like that are the Michael Contreras ones.
That's cool.
Can be used as another thing. Like the Frost Giant is a Frost Giant.
Oh, cool.
Like they made a card for the Frost Giants because that's not limited. You can still buy that model.
I like that. That's a cool way to do that. Limited field.
Okay, sure. Yeah, they've made Leet. They made 1,337 in Leet speak. I got a kick out of that.
That is silly. Jason, do you have any more Conquest in your trunk?
Yes.
We should take those out because it's getting hotter.
We should.
I know
there's no resin ones in my trunk.
Still.
Well, maybe there are.
The heat will catch up. Well, it hasn't been that hot yet. Knock on wood for Jason's models in his trunk.
Yeah, the City States are in my trunk. My City States army is in my trunk.
You should take those out of your trunk.
I should. I got the really cool City States model that everybody wanted me to get too. The dude on the lion.
Oh, yes.
I got him too. I have been pulling punches, or not pulling punches, I've been pulling out favors to get models that people have really wanted to see me paint. And I'm psyched about all of them. Even the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I don't think you are. Not for the dinos.
That one, yes. That one model is cool. I said from the beginning, cool. I was like, that one I really like. And I like the Raptor Riders too. I just can't get with the overall theme of jungle orcs on dinosaurs. It just doesn't do it for me.
You didn't like the savage orc style orcs.
Yeah, not really. Not really. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're looking at how the highlight, remember when you do these things, you have to follow some highlight nature of the model. So darker on the bottom side, brighter on the upside. So I've got a little bit more of the gray showing here, pushing more of the white here. I will go back and forth with the gray now and glaze the gray into the shadows. Again, thin enough that I can see the white through it like that. It just looks like dirty water at that point, right? And then we'll just kind of take it, and here's my line. So I want to just kind of slowly glaze towards this one corner a little bit.
Mo says, okay, Jason, you keep saying we want to see you paint these models. I think you're projecting what you want to paint, says Mo.
Well, on a lot of those, a lot of people asked for these models that I'm talking about. Not the Hubris one, but the two that chat literally asked for were the dinosaur and this guy.
They also asked for Hubris too, I believe.
And this Hubris is brand new, so I don't even know that you can get him yet. Maybe you can. Maybe it was this week that he came out. So a lot of people are asking if I had the Leon Tarkos limited edition, because this is like number, I don't remember out of how many, maybe 500 total on this. Oh, number edition of 995, and these are sold out.
That's
you can
cool.
if you find a retailer that has them, maybe. But this guy's rad, right? And he counts as whatever the mounted dude is, right? He's just a counts as
proxy
in the game. But this is very cool. Now, the only problem with this is that do we paint him like a character not for the game, or do I paint him to use? Because if I paint him to use, remember, we've done all of our city-state stuff in metallic bronze.
I mean, that would be dope.
Right? So we've done the metallic bronze and Dark Sea Ben kind of work up.
Yeah.
So we could do him in the metallic bronze. It'd be really cool. So I guess maybe we should.
I mean, I don't think that'd be bad.
I don't know. Whenever I look at limited edition models, I'm like instantaneously, well, that has to be non-metallic.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well,
so we might paint him to maybe find a way to do the non-metallic and make it match our bronze metallic color so that he doesn't look too out of place. That would be a real good study in how to get non-metallic colors to match our metallics the way we worked them up. So maybe we do that. That'd be a hell of a challenge for me.
Boshak says, can you show Jason the Testing the Waters limited model? Is that Conquest?
One of the little fishmen ones, I think, with the shark.
Oh, yes. I've seen this.
Remember, they have the little cartoon mascot models that they do, too.
Yeah, that one's actually a cool model. I really like that one. I love sharks. Make him a laser shark. Shark with freaking lasers.
It's freaking lasers.
Oh, Hubris releases on the 27th, says K Shorties.
There you go. Coming up
Stan
Friday.
Said, I asked a few times about Hubris. Jason blanked me on stream and Discord. Okay, I assumed he was dodging because he didn't like it, but didn't
No,
want to
it's a
say.
fantastic model.
No, Stan. It's a dope one. We got it, Stan.
Fantastic model.
You,
it showed
Stan.
up last week, I guess.
Would be great for non-metallic metal. Yeah, that would be dope. I do like sharks. I think that would be cool.
One of the hardest things to remember is that you are not highlighting this diamond as a diamond. You're highlighting it as part of the sphere of the shoulder plate. A lot of people will highlight the markings they put on a model as if the marking is a thing unto itself, and it's not. It's just it's just paint on a shoulder plate here. So you can't do it. You know, like when I see people do hazard stripes and they highlight every stripe, they highlight the black and the yellow stripes. I'm like, why would you do that? It's all flat paint. It's highlighted to the surface that you put it on. Right?
Martin Cole says, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of Miscast Terrain / Trent Holbrook, but he makes kit bashes, terrain models for Mordheim.
Oh, nice.
Lots of indie stuff. I'm not sure what a collaboration between you guys would look like, but his models and your paints are my favorite things in the hobby right now.
That's awesome.
Sure
and you say he does custom terrain?
Terrain models for Mordheim.
It'd be fun to paint some terrain, like a house or something, some old, hut or something like that. Could be kind of cool.
Martin Cole, tell him to reach out to us.
Yeah, if you have a line to these people, we're always interested in collaborations like that. I mean, like the Conquest thing just came out of the fact that I'm in love with the models right now.
We like painting
and
things.
now they're going to jump in and support the Minis as Art celebration at Adepticon. They're going to give some prizing and come by. The founders of Parabellum are going to come by and pick a couple of winners out of the case.
Nice.
And give away some prizes. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Should be good. All right, cool. So we got that set up. I should probably let that dry. And then we'll do a glaze of white transparent over that. And then I can start doing the outline of the diamond will be in black, the fist will be in black, and then we'll do the ribbon around it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. If you are not aware of the Minis as Art Celebration, check out that link I just posted. If you are going to Adepticon, be sure to look up the rules for the Minis as Art Cup Challenge, Teaser Challenge Cup. Bring a model. We're going to give away a lot of fun prizes. It'll give you a chance to display your model in the case and get some awesome artist feedback. There's going to be live demos. If you go check our socials, I'm going to be posting all of the artists who are going to be demoing all the way up to Adepticon, so it's going to be a great time.
Oh, what? I do remember this. He had a van and he was injecting molding plastics in the van with the compressor and all that. I remember that. Yep.
But yeah, check out that link. Has all the details.
Yeah, Stavros. All right. I want to get this turned this way.
Whew.
And get some transparent white. And transparent white is fantastic for this because unlike, titanium white, I can be comfortable just putting it over the entire area.
Yeah.
And not getting brush strokes and getting a really nice blended effect that just lightens ever so slightly as I layer up.
Yeah.
It can just help with quick blends on surfaces like this.
It's very nice. I like how our transparents do that. How much water are you using on your brush right now?
I'm wiping it off once on my paper towel.
Okay. So
it has quite a bit of wetness on it.
It's loaded
And then
up.
I'm taking all that off on my thumb and then just coming right over here and starting in the shadows and just long brush strokes covering all that gray at the same time like this. As it blends this area together.
Transparent white is one of my favorites.
Yeah, it helps to blend all of that in-between area together. And I'm not too concerned about my blends here because remember, there's going to be a big fist in the middle of that. Boop, so it only has to tell a little bit of a story.
Right. Oh. Earl Teddy is saying, is transparent white good to prepare for OSL over the top?
100%. That's why it exists. Two reasons it exists and why I push so hard to make it. It is a very difficult paint to make.
It's pure zinc, isn't it?
It's zinc oxide. And so it is very difficult to make. It's
awesome.
Zinc doesn't play well in water-based suspensions, so it thickens over time. But as it's usable, it's one of the greatest paints because, number one, mix it with all the other transparents to get a complete color range. White and black transparent with the other 7 colors, everything you ever need. Yeah. Right? You can make any color you want out of the transparents now through that kind of CMY color wheel mixing, and the white is spot on going to lighten those colors. So that's great. And then the other thing is that through the airbrush, it sets up all of your lighting effects perfectly. That's the way we did it on just the quick OSL on this guy, right? Just using it to set up a little bit of a glow on this area, and it sprays without covering up the shadow areas, right? If you use a opaque white, an opaque white will give you very intense areas where the light hits. It'll also then brighten up all the shadows that the overspray gets in.
Yeah.
The transparent white doesn't do that. The transparent white, you have to put more layers on. It will only really brighten up the surface it hits and leave the shadows dark, so you don't have to worry about it too much. So you can do really low intensity, we call it wish.com OSL like this, where that flame just kind of gives a nice warm glow. That's all done inside, I don't know, we did that in 20 minutes.
I like it.
So if you just want really cool, fast OSL on plasma guns and things like that for line troop Space Marines, it's super easy way to do it.
Chuck says, finally getting my team building day with the work crew. Nice. They are both getting a Dauntless set, a DD2, a dry palette, and a wet palette, and 7 Battletech models. 2 weeks before Adepticon, we can reconvene to play Alpha Strike. Nice. That's fun, Chuck. That's super cool.
That's really cool as team building. What got them in? Was that 100% you driving that, or did some of them ask questions about this crazy hobby you're part of?
Yeah, I'm curious, Chuck.
Right, I'm pretty happy with that.
Pikmin and Papa Chicken have a very similar question here. Is there any way to prevent it from glooping up at all?
No.
Even if you shake it, maybe
no,
shake it
our mixing has to be within a very tight tolerance for how we mix our components, and it lasts longer that way, but zinc will always get gloopy. You can wet it down and get it to formulate again, right? as long as it isn't like completely turned into a congealed solid. If it still comes out of the tip of the bottle, it's still usable.
I use it so much now that now that I know the power of it, I use it all the time. I go through a lot.
It's super good. Super good. Very good. I'm going to do one more layer. I lied.
They asked the question, so I drove from there. I'm expecting at least one of them to want to check out Adepticon. Nice.
Nice.
Chuck, thank you so much. We appreciate you getting them into the hobby.
Great champion right there. Great way to lead from the front.
We lead from the front. Right?
Every day.
Question mark?
Charging the battle chat.
Hey, speaking of battle, it's 3:40. We are going to be doing the giveaway soon. I'll give you the 5-minute warning very soon. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll pick a winner. Probably towards 3:50 when we typically do it. But stream goes on for whoever knows now. So we'll let you know.
It pisses him off so bad.
Red Faye, poop time. Gross. But do what you got to do. I would poop if I was you right now. But you have to be here. And I know there's a bunch of problems with the YouTube chat still with Restream, but I see you guys in YouTube, so you're good. Twitch can see you, you can't see Twitch. What do we do? 7-7, great segue question. Make sure you are signed up for the year of the giveaway. Here you go, right here. And no, I have to do it right here. There you go. Hit that link, follow the instructions. All you have to do is be here when we call out the name. You do not need to do ! Giveaway. Hit that link.
Go to the link, enter your stuff. You're in for the whole year.
Yep.
You don't have to you don't have to enter every time. We have your name on file. We've captured your data. Your soul belongs to us.
We've put it in the hat.
And you're entered. Right.
I'm happy with. I have a massive top
That's
hat
fine.
Off to the side here. You do not need to do ! Giveaway, everybody. Nope. Nope. That's right. That's right, Ark. You got to be here to win. K Shorty says, what are the odds on MM and Parabellum making a collaboration for a paint set or a frameable?
Nah. Oh, model maybe would be kind of fun if we took something from their world and turned it into a frameable. That could be kind of cool, huh?
That could be kind of cool.
I don't know how they are on sharing their IP like that. We haven't had that conversation. But yeah, I'm not opposed to that. Paint sets, I'm not really into making paint sets with things like that anymore. The AMG team are really good friends of ours from back in the day, and so that kind of made some sense. It was a neat parallel. But I probably am not very interested in that moving forward. It's just not something that works very well when we figure out how to sell it. There's a lot of companies out there that are like, look, it's the colors of... I just saw one today. It's like the colors of Malifaux. And I'm like, what does that even mean?
But Jason, it's the colors of Malifaux.
Yeah. And so I just don't think it works well. A lot of times, people that play the games have already got all the paints.
Yeah.
And so to say that, you've got a paint range that sits with a game very well is kind of weird, because it's like, well, I already have paints and I've already painted my armies, and what do you mean?
Video game archaeologist says the color of the fisters.
It's the fisters.
We could do that though, Jason.
Oh, of course. Get the flash gets on the horn.
Here's your 5-minute warning, chat. Make sure you're around in 5 minutes.
Holy, it's coming. It's happening.
Make sure you're here in 5 minutes. 5-minute call.
All right, Chris, which fist are we painting? Right or left?
Left.
Left hand?
Left hand.
Because I'm left-handed?
Yes.
I love it. It's an homage to me.
That's right. Only left-handed brushes here.
Well, that is something to note if you're buying brushes from our site.
Yeah.
All of our brushes are only left-handed.
Right. Be careful of that. Just to make sure.
I was wondering, like, who's listening going, oh, damn, I was going to buy some brushes.
Wait a minute. What?
But they've been working fine for me all these years.
What's the term? Ambidextrous? Ambidextrous? When is your next non-metallic metal class? Part 2.
There you go. A
Arc,
big,
I don't
bold
know what
black
you're talking
outline.
about.
Now the fist, and the left fist has the thumb on the left. Great. I can do this.
No, not yet, Arc. We'll have to think about it.
All right. Here we go. So how do you paint a fist? The question is how to paint fist. Fist is going to be it's going to be 5 cylinders, 4 in parallel, 1 in perpendicular, right?
Okay.
So the real thing is that the thumb does not stick out as far as a finger. So you're really balancing, like, the middle finger should be kind of right in the middle here, the middle knuckle. So let's do middle knuckle, kind of like this.
Right.
And then first finger knuckle here. Middle knuckle on the fisters is bigger, because of course it is. And then we can do ring finger knuckle over here, and then pinky knuckle over here, right? Then I would start with the pinky finger because it's the smallest, and so I'll do something like that. And the ring finger like that, the middle finger like that, and the forefinger like this. Okay. Just sketching. Again, get the basics lined out. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just make it to where you don't have to clean too much up.
Can you come down a little, Jason?
No.
Perfect.
Quit yelling at me. And then and then the thumb rests across these two down here, like so. And then has this thing that does this, right? And then over here, you have a little bit of the palm from behind the seams. Fisters!
That came out great.
Why, thank you. All fisters are great artists. Masters of our craft, some might say.
Jason,
What?
what are we giving away today?
I don't know. What are we
Great
giving
question. I was thinking, this is my idea, for all of you out
pretty centered.
there. What's that?
It's pretty centered, too.
That's pretty centered. That is very centered. I like it. Here's what we're giving away today. Jason, are you ready? We are giving away expansion set number 1 and number 2, because that is transparent, because transparent white is also one of my favorites. So the expansion set 1 and expansion set 2, the transparent set.
Wow.
That is what we're giving away today.
Wow. Wow. That's
That's right.
21 colors.
That's a lot of colors. The reason why
21 colors, my friends.
hopefully you're realizing transparent white is one of my favorite colors too. And I was thinking about
I'll
that
be
the other
eating
day.
ramen for the next month. Thanks, Chris.
Transparents are
If you see me at
amazing.
Adepticon, buy me a sandwich. I'll need it.
Transparents are awesome. Plus, Jason has been talking a lot about expansion set 1 this last week. There's been a couple questions like, hey, where would I start?
Expansion
Obviously.
set 1 is amazing. Yeah.
So
100% amazing.
there you go.
It's amazing.
Jason, are you ready?
I'm always ready, Chris.
The winner
Is.
of expansion set 1 and 2 is
Please be here.
Alex Kanetsky.
Where am I seeing the name? Alex Kazanecki. Alex Kazanecki.
And I can see both of you guys.
Hello,
here, so
Alex Kazanecki.
I think.
Alex K, speak up.
I actually think.
Are you here?
I've seen that name before. It's pronounced Alex.
Yes, Alex.
Hey, but you have to be here. We're going quick, so if you're not here, I'm going to pick another one.
Kazanecki.
Kazanecki.
Are you here?
Boop, bop, doop, boop, boop. Nope, I don't think so. Kazanecki, going once.
Congrats to Kaza, what's his name?
No, I actually think I know.
Treebeard's like
Alex.
Gesundheit. Yeah, you spell it Alex. Thank you.
No, but you have to be here. We're going to give it a little
Alex
time.
Kazanecki.
I don't think so.
We're moving quick today, gang. Wasn't he on Fast Times at Ridgemont High? One can only hope. Hex Paint, you follow the link.
Mm-hmm.
He can put it up in chat real quick.
We're moving on.
Boom. Follow that link. Enter in all the data. It collects your email, gets you on the newsletter, all that kind of stuff. It asks you to go follow social media, get more entries by the more things you do. Standard protocol.
We're moving on, Jason.
All right.
Sorry,
the real
Alex.
winner is
Steven Staggs.
Steven Staggs.
Steven Staggs. That sounds very familiar.
Steven Staggs.
Steven Staggs. Action figure minute.
Steven
Steven
Staggs.
Staggs. We move quick on these.
Steven Staggs. Last week we had to go through 7
That's right.
before we got a winner that was actually here.
Yes, and we also know there's going to be lots and lots of these.
As
so
the year goes on,
we're
it'll get
thinking
worse.
we're thinking of different ways to make it better. So
Steven Staggs.
we hear you. We're moving though.
You're watching YouTube too?
Yeah, I'm watching YouTube as well. Yep.
Steven Staggs. You can do it.
Nope. I think we're moving on, Jason.
All right, we're moving on.
Hold.
Got to be ready. Quick on the draw. Doomsday Sprocket. It was Steven Staggs and Alex Kazanecki. If you're one of those, you could win.
All right, and the next one is Sharky SD. Sharky. I know
Sharky?
Sharky. Sharky, you're in here all the time.
Sharky SD. Sharky!
Sharky.
Be here, Sharky. Sharkarino!
Sharky. There it is, Sharkarino.
Is that you?
It is.
Sharkarino, is that you?
I believe so. Yep. I know Sharky.
Sharky!
Sharkarino. Congratulations. Sharky, hit me up on Discord.
Congratulations, Sharky.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yep.
It only took 3 winners. 3 calls. That's not
People
bad.
are here. I mean, you know, last week I think we had a misnomer, but I also have heard your guys' comments. As the year goes on, we realize there's going to be a boatload.
It's going to be a boatload.
We'll
yeah.
figure out a better way. But hey, guess what? We're giving you free stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't really bitch.
Expansion set 1 and 2.
That's a hell of a win.
You want to know why? Because I was also thinking, it took me a second to get into the transparent paints. But when I started playing around with them, I wish I had gotten into them earlier. So
Yeah.
that is the reason why I was thinking about this last night of like,
Sure.
hey, I wish I had done transparent brown a long time ago. So
All right,
Sharkarino, congratulations.
I like it. You don't got to explain it to me. Those are 2 great sets.
Hey. And Frigid, thank you so much for giving out those subs to Sharku. Frigid says, I'm still hoping to get the transparent soon. I'm telling you guys, they're awesome. Any transparent over transparent white is also really fun. Hexpaint saying, how does your transparent white work? When do you use it? We were talking about that earlier. It's a really good base for OSL, right, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, you just saw me use it on this, where I built up a transition between neutral gray and titanium white. And then I can smooth out my blends with I'm doing gray on the fingers to separate the fingers. My black is the base. The black is the outline, and then I'll go back in and see I'm doing gray so you can separate out all the stuff.
What color gray is the finger?
I'm just mixing my neutral gray and the black right now. It's basically dark neutral gray, but I have these two out here, so I'm not wasting more paint.
Nice.
And then you can just glaze it, or you can use the white to mix with the other transparents to get any color you want. That is a fantastic way to use it. And then just up to the gray, I think.
Where is it? Evans, hi guys. When I water down your paint, it doesn't apply very well. Feels like the paint shrinks. Am I not watering it down much at all? Oh, you're not watering it down. Any advice for Evans here, Jason?
I would have to see what's happening, because that doesn't give me a lot to go on. You can water our paint down to nothing, like just dirty water kind of thinning. I'm very wet right now. Oh, that didn't sound good saying that out loud. But the you can thin our paints down to nothing and get great. So it makes it feel like, if you're having a problem, that there might be some surface issue with what you're painting over.
Yeah.
Whether it's a primer issue or the way the undercoat is done or something like that might be the key. I would have to just look at what you're painting. If you join our Discord, you can ask questions like that, or feel free to send it over to support. The team on support, Jordan's over there, a bunch of really good people over there, understand the paint very well, so they can help you too. But that's probably one where we need to look a little deeper into what you got going on. Like I said, you can thin them to next to nothing and never have a problem.
Shadowcast says, no, you're good. No need to be sorry, Shadowcast. But I want to say I gave the glazing who guys did for the Chris's lesson. Oh, that we did for my lesson. Okay. And while it's a little more white than gray, it still came out great. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, I learned a lot too, Shadowcast, about glazing in that non-metallic video, that stream. If you're not aware of what Shadowcast is talking about, go hit up this link right here. Actually, it's got a lot of views because I think everybody's going back and watching this compared to our other streams. I think it's just because there's so many good bits in there. Especially for me, I've been going back and watching it too. So go check it out. A lot of good learning moments in that video.
All right, there we go. Kind of a comic book fist. Fisters! Not too shabby.
I'm glad that this is coming to be. This is a fun project.
Fists of justice rarely come lubed. Oh, ouch.
Oh,
ouch.
Oh my.
Ouch.
This is a family show.
Ouch.
And by family, I mean we're all family.
Ouch.
I have little tiny shoes. Look at that. You like that? There you go, chat.
We go from fisters, we're all family. I have little tiny shoes. That's like one of the best bits ever, Chris. Thank you for that. That was good. That was a good laugh.
Wait, Chris, are you boosting your own views? No, I'm not. There are views. I learned a boatload, Stan. I had to go back and watch it. I'm like, how did I do that?
I really have fun with those, and I think that a lot of people really did too, because we've had really great feedback on, hey, you know, we really love the fact that there was a real human being, a lot of people have said, as opposed to like me, who I guess I'm like some sort of an alien or something like that. I don't really know what they were going for with that, but, you know, whatever. I think I'm going to do this one like this. I'm going to...
Oh, what are you doing now?
I'm going to go through and start the banner. And I'm going to do it like this with the peak right there, and then come down on this side and kind of make an upside down smiley face like that. And again, I'm just sketching, right? You got to do this with no fear. So I'm just sketching. Here you go. You just messed up that whole diamond if you mess this up. Who cares? Whatever, right? And then I want to make sure my smiley face comes off either side of that sort of the same. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that's pretty good balance-wise. Just inside there and just inside here. Then I want to bring a curve like that and a curve like that. And then I want to match that upper curve on the bottom like that. And that's the nameplate or for the little banner area. Then I can fill that in. This is just dark umber, by the way.
Yep.
Again, I like to start with my darker colors rather than lighter because the dark umber can be the outline for this. If you choose to do it to where you want to paint the brightness and then shade it in and outline it, if you feel like you have a steady hand and can outline everything perfectly, go for that too. There's no reason not to. It's just my personal preference. I typically start with the darker color and build the lighter colors up over the top of it like I would normal painting. So that the darker color can act like the outline and I don't have to go back and do, you know, like I just did. I did the lighter colors for the fingers and left the black in between, so I don't have to go back and do the black in between the fingers.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So just in my brain, that's what makes sense. If for your brain you just want to do the shape in a bright color, like if you wanted to do that all in gray and then draw the circle around it with a pen or the fingers around it with a pen, you can do that. The micron pens work great. Get some indelible ink, you know, the very fine Sharpies can work. You can, you know, freehand with a pen on models too and not worry about whether or not you have the brush control to do what I'm doing with a brush.
Shadowcast saying, how do you feel about using a texture palette for dry brushes? You typically just use a paper towel.
I use paper towel. I mean, if it works for you and you think it has value, use it. It's one of those tools I don't see a lot of need for. I've never had a problem with paper towel. Unless you get really cheap paper towels and the paper towel balls up and gives you fabric on the brush and then you go to paint and you get a little beaded up paper towel. But just don't, you're not rubbing so hard on the paper towel that you should be tearing it apart.
Right.
Is the thing, right? So then over here, this would go like this. I'll outline it so you can see what I'm thinking. It would go kind of like that, maybe. Right? And then it would have a three-dimensional back to it right there. Right? And then it would do one of these, perhaps. Because that's what banners do.
Oh, Panic Bomb says you should... What if the fist emblem had fist tattooed on its knuckles?
Oh, that would be great, right?
That would be hilarious.
I didn't leave enough space for that, but that would be great.
Oh, come on. You can do it, Jason.
No.
You're not a real human, apparently. He's AI. He's a robot. Beep boop. I'm glad I'm fooling all of you. Jason's the human.
I'm a lot of CGI made by Chris. There is no Jason.
Well. I'm glad I fooled all of you. Right. Oh, that came out great.
Bingo. We have to do the same thing over here, which is harder for me.
Oh, just because the angle's odd, huh?
Yeah, the angle's a little odd.
I can zoom out if that helps.
I want to do it to where this does the same. Where did that S go to? The S stopped at about the same spot. So it comes up like this, maybe, and does like that.
Oh, nice.
Something like that. And then it goes up to just above here. It does one of these. Right. That's good enough for government work.
Twisted Fister Sister, says Mo. Huh. Interesting. That's something. These kids today and their innuendos.
Innuendo?
I hardly know her.
Yeah, you're one to talk over there. A family show. Half the families out there are now scarred, Christopher.
Nah. We're fine. Hey, speaking of fine, I hope you're all doing just peachy.
That looks pretty good.
I mean, heck yeah, it does. How many... well...
How many what?
I was going to ask, like, how many layers do you work up to your parchment? But I guess we'll find out.
Light umber. Ta-ta!
Oh, okay. So you're stepping up. Okay. I thought it was going to go further right away, but maybe that was just me.
No, I think I'll do it like 3 colors, kind of like we did with the white. I did the gray, then I did the white, and then I left the white a little darker through glazing, and then I did the gray in 2 steps as well to get basically like 3 colors across here, a darker gray, a mid-tone gray, and the white. I think that works pretty well. We'll do the same thing here.
Stan says, I have an STL for an Imperial Fist diorama where they're kneeling around Rogel Dorn's hand in stasis. That would have been the perfect model to paint fists on the knuckles. Yeah? I'd have to see this, Stan. I can't picture this right now. Wad says, no, 10 years ago, Jason got sick of streaming video games and decided to paint on Twitch instead. Yep. Oh, Earl Teddy. How did you... Oh, going back to Earl Teddy's question. How did the stream start? Did you both wake up one day and decide to stream 2 hours of painting a day, 5 days a week?
Chris is new here.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things.
I've only been producing for a full year.
Full year now, yeah. A little bit. A couple months more. I streamed video games for a number of years and then got sick of it. I did mostly PvP games. And the matchmakers for the games I was playing, like Smite, World of Tanks, stuff like that, just MechWarrior Online. The games were just dying, you know?
Yeah.
And so it became unfun as a streamer to continue streaming them, and I was not built for how to deal with that. And one day I had a longtime viewer, reach out to me behind the scenes saying, hey, I've really enjoyed your stream over the years, but your attitude lately has really, been troubling. It's not fun to watch you. I was that standard angry gamer. And it really took, I would say, an act of grace from the community that guy did for me, because he wrote to me, told me very honestly why he could no longer attend my stream. And I took it to heart. I was like, I will never let that happen again. I don't need to be doing something that isn't fun for me. And that's when I learned a lot about streaming. It isn't about the content necessarily. It's about whether or not people enjoy hanging out with you the same way they would want to hang out with you if we went out to dinner. Yeah. And yeah, that might limit your crowd if you're only appealing to certain people, but that's fine. Don't try to be something you're not. Somebody earlier asked how to go about streaming. Well, there you go. There's some of the biggest stuff, because then what happened, and this is there's a life lesson wrapped in here, because Monument Hobbies only exists because of that message that I got from that viewer. I stopped and immediately started thinking about other things I could stream, because I love streaming. I love interacting with people this way. And so 10 years ago, 2016, 10 years ago this year, I went off to my mom's when she had dual knee replacement surgery, and I took some Infinity models along with me to paint. And while I was there, I said, you know what? I should do this. And I started looking into what to do to camera setups. Back then it was just webcams and silly stuff. So I got those Panasonic handy cams that would do. Because back then it was 10 years ago, believe it or not, it was very hard to find a camera that would broadcast in HDMI all the time. Yep. So you had webcams and then very limited. So I found some handy cams, set it all up, got it all running, came back, and within months was up and streaming live on Twitch doing painting, and have not stopped since. And this whole company was built off of people asking me why I did the things I do when I paint, And a lot of it was because I would alter products that I bought from other people to work the way I wanted them to work. And people would say, we'd buy that. And so I started making brushes because of that.
Yeah.
Found a brush maker that would make brushes with us, the shape that I like. And then, of course, our white paint turned into Procro. We made white paint, sold it. Jen and I made it in our kitchen, and we sold white paint, and everybody loved the white paint that we made. So we went back to the drawing board to figure out how we could take that formulation and turn it into less redundancy, because we were using a lot of, over-the-counter type products and chemicals. And so we broke it down into what the raw components were of that, and then found a lab that would work with us and develop the whole rest of the line, because not every pigment works the same. And we're able to develop all the colors of Procro. And we launched Procro in 2018 on Black Friday. And it's been, there you go. That's the story. How did I meet Jen? Match.com. Online dating.
We should get them to be a sponsor.
Monument Hobbies, sponsored by Match.com. Are you looking for that someone special in your life? Because let me tell you a story. I found her. You can't have mine, but you might be able to find your own. Do they even exist? Or is that like saying you have a MySpace page?
Brent says, I met my wife on Match.com too. There you go.
Or is that like saying you have a MySpace page?
No, I think it still exists. They're a sponsor. Not yet. Probably never. But hey, if the anybody out there is watching from Match.com, let us know.
Stan happens to be their CEO.
Oh.
That's a lie.
Stan. Papa Chicken says, how did you decide to make this a full-time business? Did you have certain goals the business had to meet on its own before you made that your full-time job?
Well, I had a business making custom motorcycles. And with my custom motorcycle business, I moved to Arizona because I was getting rid of my metal shop. I was tired of that. So I decided that what I really wanted to do was be able to figure something else out with my artwork. And my plan at the time, believe it or not, was I was doing bronze work. I did custom bronze belt buckles, head badges for motorcycles, jewelry, things like that. And so I was planning on taking my leatherworking and bronze working and going to either Sonora, California, where I had friends, or Austin, Texas, where I had gone to school and had friends, and doing my bronze work as, kind of a jeweler mentality, and doing custom bronze work. That was my goal when I came to Arizona, was to sell off my metal shop. The world of custom pre-1970 Harley Davidsons had turned into a weird amalgam of what we call posers. It was a lot of rich kids from California buying all the engines. It really disturbed me. I didn't like it a whole lot. And I got sick of dealing with those customers. And so I was like, well, I'm kind of over this. Let's go do something else. The tsunami in Japan, a close friend of mine and his family in Japan, I made parts with them. I helped them design parts. Yeah. And then I was there. I sold the parts over here under my brand. And so when the tsunami hit, it destroyed their factory in northern Japan. Ooh. And so immediately a large part of what I did in parts manufacturing had to be moved to China, and that was the death knell, because all of a sudden my parts started showing up on eBay. And I learned the hard way how that whole overseas manufacturing with China thing works when things are not great. And so I just was disillusioned. So I moved here, did the thing, sold my motorcycle equipment, a bunch of old bikes and all my metalworking machinery.
Yeah.
And then right before I was done doing all that and thinking about moving, I met Jen.
There you go. Jen just said, I'm definitely going to start telling people we met on MySpace.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep. Where'd you meet? MySpace.
Jason.
I had the best MySpace page, by the way. I wish you could Wayback Machine the best MySpace page, because I had it. I learned like this far out HTML programming. I had like moving animations in Flash. I had all sorts of really trick stuff on my MySpace page. I was the guy. Or at least I thought I was. I don't know.
Boshak's asking, what would be a good color match for this color? Vallejo's blue-green, Jason.
What are you doing touching Vallejo colors, Boshak?
But I desperately need a PA color that matches it.
Which one am I looking at? Jade.
Yeah, I was just about to
That's
say
jade.
jade.
Jade and or dark jade. Jade, dark jade, bright jade. There you go. That's that whole color family. Pa-pow. Easy peasy. Zoom in close so I can show what I'm doing. I'm starting to give dimension to this. See?
Yep.
Leaving the dark umber in the shadow areas. Right? We'll set up my shadow so I don't have to worry too much. Now we'll use olive flesh, I think is my go-to here. Although there's a real good argument to be made for bone, but no, I really like olive flesh for this. Dark ivory too, huh?
Dark ivory is a good color.
Let's do dark ivory. We'll do dark ivory. Pa-pow. Welding and painting, same vibe for your brain. A guy I worked with got pretty spicy when I said that to him. I don't know why he was offended. Really? Welding and painting? What do you mean? All right. I'm going to mix in with the light umber some of the dark ivory first to get an in-between.
Okay.
Remember that any two colors can become three instantaneously if you just mix them. So that's the mix. 50-50 mix, let's call it. I don't know if that's true. Somewhere like that.
Looks like it.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
I want to do this kind of like old wood cutting. So it has some, space in between.
Okay. Why do you do that?
Because it looks like an old wood cutting. Do you know what wood cutting is?
Yes.
That has a question mark.
No, I guess obviously my brain went straight to like wood slats, but maybe I don't know what wood cutting means.
Old wood cutting for printing was where they would take a knife and they would cut parts of the wood out.
Okay.
And in order to make a print. You've probably seen it in some posters before. There's some neat kind of ways of doing things that are wood cutting.
Wood cutting print?
You may have had to, at some point in time in your life as a child, do it with potatoes.
Oh. Okay.
Where you would cut away, and whatever you cut away was the dark spot, and the high spots gave you where the ink would go.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
That's what I'm doing.
Gotcha.
And so the lines in between become the texture.
Okay? Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. I didn't realize that was the term for it.
Just a neat stylized, way to bring visual interest to a piece. Makes the brushstrokes deliberate and fun.
Yeah.
You would just take wood blocks, or nowadays you can take like all sorts of materials, and cut it like rubber.
Boshak says, actually looking at the site, I might need to grab a turquoise.
So like that.
Dark turquoise is one of my favorite colors too.
So good.
Freaking love that color. That mixed with bright yellow green, is one of my favorite ghostly workups.
This guy's a lot of fun. Fisters! All right. That was easy. One brush load of paint was all it took.
Yeah.
I like it when a plan comes together. Then we just go to dark ivory, right?
Straight up.
So the 50-50 mix, and now you can see the brightness, and this is where we'll pull our highlight back in. We'll just go back over these edges. I want to make sure I do that chase the tip, and I get a really nice chisel edge here.
Commando Ken says, bit of a strange question. Any suggestions for a wash to stain actual wood? I'm building a bar side facade for the base of my Pathfinder character. Looking to try to paint before actual wood stain.
A wash. You want it to get into the grain? Is that what you're thinking?
Any suggestions for a wash to satin actual wood, to stain actual wood?
Well, the great thing with stain is you can thin it. I mean, if you get a water-based stain, you can thin it with water. But like the polyurethane, that you get, you can cut it just like any paint. And then you can have that stain actually work like a wash on miniatures. It'll flow into the grain and give you some really neat effects. So I would say you already have answered your question, right?
Mm-hmm. Jack Sack says, I'm a Danish oil routine guy in that space. Okay. Artist says, I personally love dark ivory just before pale yellow and my gold non-metallic metal. Nice.
Yeah, it has a very muted, desaturated brown feel to it anyway, so it can do some fun stuff for you. And there's our banner.
There it is. Now you're gonna write fisters on there?
Fisters! Yeah, I guess.
It's tiny.
That's better than doing...
Now, would you do a pen here? Like you said, like the micron pens?
The micron pen is a great way to get the lettering on there and then paint over the top of it. Works really well.
Like
I don't think any of our micron pens work, unfortunately.
No,
I want to tell you that if this pen were to actually work, I would actually freak out. This pen is holy.
Do this. Shake it. Like this, right?
No way, dude. This pen works.
That's just a straight up micron pen.
Really? All right, bring back my Gothic lettering. I'll show you how to do this.
Okay, so walk me through what you're doing here.
We'll bring up the lettering thing again. Not the 2. I don't need the 2.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I need an actual alphabet now.
Let's see. 1 second. You want any specific words or letters? Or no?
Well, I'm spelling fisters, so Fister.
You guys hear his tone?
I mean, I'm not spelling Abraham.
Oh, I see.
So I can tell you which letters I don't need.
Oh, I see what you're doing, mister. That kind of works. That kind of works.
He lost the script, Chet. Yeah, just something like that's fine.
Let me bring up a bigger...
It doesn't have to be the same thing that we got the 2 from.
Oh, here we go. Okay, let me snip this color.
All right, yeah. Make it as big as you can and put it over chat. You can read chat. I don't have to read chat.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah. Can you zoom in a little bit? These letters always jack with me because they're so crazy. Right. Up and show me the F first. The F is the big one, and then the rest I can kind of build off that. All right.
Right there, Jason. You see it?
He just literally covered it up with the red marker in paint. That's what he just did for me. He's showing me the F, and then he goes, "See, it's right here." That's not funny, Chris. That's not funny, Chris.
Okay, tell us what you're doing.
I'm going to draw an F.
With a micron pen?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. You asked me to.
I know. I'm just curious how you do this.
Right, and it goes like so into a tail. I cannot believe this pen works. I've had this pen literally for 30 years. Maybe not 30, but...
That's a long time.
I've had this pen forever, Christopher.
I'm curious if there's a date on it. We'll look at that later. Evil. That's right.
Okay.
Let me know when you get to a stopping point. I can zoom in on this too.
You can zoom in.
You might have to come up a little bit if I zoom. Yeah, 1 second. This is where I want to be. Yeah. Perfect. So why the Micron pen?
Well, because it's tiny and it's going to get the job done, right?
Yeah.
It's really easy. It gives you better control for hard edges. Doing this with a paintbrush is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
On something this small.
Right.
Had I not chosen to spell fisters, maybe we'd have a different conversation. But right now, this is like ultra small.
Ooh, that's cool.
F.
Nice.
And then, oh, it needs a serif there. Okay. The I is easy. Yeah, I's are easy.
Wirehead says he's F it. He's doing it live.
F-I. S's suck.
Yeah. Are you doing it like this style?
No. They're lowercase. I'm in the lowercase stuff here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not a chance, dude.
I was just about to say, I'm like, oh boy.
Unfortunately, it seems like my pen, I might have gotten really excited about this pen working, and then it might stop working.
I might have one, Jason. Oh no, I don't have my office here anymore. I have a bunch of these pens. Or I did.
S.
Okay.
The hardest part about doing this is centering it in the area you've painted. Bar none, the hardest thing.
Now, is our Fister spelled with the Z or an S? The Fisters. The Fisters.
T.
The lowercase e is very interesting.
I'm kind of making it up as I'm going. I'm not.
It looks like an R. It just looks like the R with a line. That's all that is.
Yeah, there's a lot of repetitive. There is a ton of repetition.
Yeah.
In calligraphy.
Yeah, it's literally the same thing. There it is.
Fiste.
Fiste. Scusi.
Scusi.
Scusi. Buongiorno. Now, for the final moment, is it a Z or an S, Jason?
It's an S.
Are you sure it's not a Z?
Okay, it's a Z.
Well, no, look at this Z. That's what I was saying.
Chat, should it be a Z? I think it should be a Z.
I think Z is hilarious.
Because Z is hilarious.
Fisters.
It's the Fisters.
The Fisters is.
All right, Fisters with a Z. Because, oh, wow. To hell with you, dude. Seriously?
Well, that's what I was saying. Well,
that Z's ridiculous.
I originally was like, oh, it should be funny with a Z, but then I looked at the Z and I'm like, that's maybe an S.
I think yes.
Yeah, that Z is wacko. The Fisters.
Should we do a capital S?
Or
no, that'd make sense. All right.
Jason.
No.
Does any of this make sense?
I'm doing it. I'm doing it my way. I don't care.
I'll do it my way. Papa Chicken, just go and Google a Gothic Z, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. He'll show us here in a second, chat.
Fisters.
Oh, boy. Well, it's written in stone.
I think that's pretty good.
I mean, that's pretty good for government work.
The Fisters.
I think you just like saying the Fisters.
I do, actually. I was about to rinse this damn micron pen in the water. I literally nearly dipped it in. I'm going to tell you how amazing this freaking pen is. If you do not own these, buy some now.
This is brought to you by Micron.
This is dumb, dude. Dumb. I have owned this and a red. I had a red, a brown, and a black that I bought, and I swear, man.
Well, let's see. I just bought a bunch of those, actually.
They don't have dates on them.
I'm just curious. There's no date on there?
It doesn't. It has like the Sakura Color Corporation Japan.
Nothing? Oh, well.
But nothing as far as dating on it.
Holy. Rattlecan says, I have some nearly 20 years old. Yeah. I mean, there you go.
That's incredible. This has got to be 20 years old. It has to be.
Really?
Has to be.
Really?
No joke.
Wow.
Has to be 20 years old. I used this when I worked at Games Workshop in 2005.
Wow.
And I owned it before that. So that's 20, 21 years, and I owned it before that. I owned this in New York.
That's crazy.
Good God, that's nuts.
Well,
I've never bought them again, is the thing.
Huh.
So there you go. So that's great. Ta-da. It's a little shiny, right? But they handle the matte varnish very well.
Nice.
Fisters.
That's cool.
So there you go. We got, who does number 2 work for?
Yep.
Well, he works for the Fisters. Of course he does. Space King. I don't know anything about Space King, but there you go. I think that came out really good.
What size the pen tip? It was 20 millimeters?
Dude, that's a 2 micron?
Is that what it said?
I don't know.
2? I think that's technically a 20 millimeter.
I don't know, but buy one of these as fast as you can. This is a number 1005. So it's a 0.2 millimeter line width.
0.2.
0.2 millimeter.
0.2.
So it is 1/5 of a millimeter. 20% of a millimeter. And a millimeter, I don't even know how big that is. Because I live in America.
That's about the size of a millimeter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the whole goal here is we're going to do this fun stuff, do some logoing. I might paint something on one of the knee, like a unit marking on the knee. We're going to do a laurel around the 2 in green wreath, right? And then we'll weather it all, right? We'll go in and scratch it and ding it all up and make all the armor look really beaten up. I have to do the white stripe on the head.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, I'll do a white stripe on the head. I might do an arrow to where it comes in as like an arrow.
That could be fun.
Wait a minute. Is the arrow on Avatar Airbender? Does he have an arrow on his head? So we won't do an arrow.
Avatar. I think he's got a big
Airbender.
arrow.
I feel like the stripe comes to an arrow at the forehead maybe on him. I don't remember. I don't know.
I think it is. Yeah, he does. He got a big arrow.
Yours are for 97 Wirehead? Yeah, I swear these are so old. Aang does? Yeah, the bald guy, right? Or yeah. I don't know. Bald. Maybe they're all bald. Yeah. I don't know anything about Avatar. I just am... Is a blue arrow. Okay, yeah. So I probably don't want to do an arrow, but maybe we could do something fun.
I think a big stripe would be cool.
Yeah, it's just it's weird because of the way the eyes are. I don't want to do the stripe over the eyes.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Right?
Do you need a stripe?
Yeah. I mean, do we need
you don't need anything
other than justice?
That's true.
I think white. 2 stripes? Yeah, we could do 2 stripes. Racing stripes with like the Trans Am Firebird. Now I'm getting carried away. How much freehand can you stomach on this guy, chat? We could do him like the hood of a Trans Am, where it's like a stripe and then a Firebird above his eyes. Or his eyes are kind of that shape, so we could do the wings around his eyes, so he looks like he got face paint at the state fair.
Something, man. A lot going on this model.
A middle finger. All right, gang. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Hope you've had fun watching paint dry. What we did today was just a little bit of glazing on the red on the gun, and then a lot
of freehand today.
A lot of freehand today to get the fisters to come to life. We did the diamond and the fist, as well as who does number 2 work for?
That's a lot.
So, well, the 2 actually happened in like 20 seconds. Felt like
the 2 was very quick.
I nailed the 2. My calligraphy self was running. My cup runneth over with my old unused calligraphy skills. So the 2 came out pretty well. You know, this we were jarring around with. That was good. We also painted all the stuff in between the armor plates, which gives it a little bit more contrast with the seals.
Yeah,
I'm glad I did the legs. If I'd have cheated on the legs, it wouldn't have given me as much contrast there, and I think that works well.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, cool. We'll do all the weathering, and then we'll finish up by all the detailing on stuff like the non-metallic, the seals in the middle, and all of that. And then maybe we'll do, we can do some weathering pigments on this guy, depending on how crazy we want to get. I got some Barch Mulk got delivered in, so I can do bases. So Chris and I want to do some base work. That was what was holding me up doing the Aroni bases, because the Aronis need some Barch Mulk on them and stuff like that for all the Conquest bases, so we can do some basing. Be a lot of fun going on, but I'm really having fun with this guy. The freehand's always a blast when it comes out right, and it sucks and makes you want to throw everything away when it goes wrong. So I never push people to do freehand. I'm always like, if you like decals, we call them here in the U.S., but everybody else seems to call them decals. If you like decals, use decals. But, in things like this, it's just always fun to be able to do it. And what you watched me do today was just break everything down into its component parts. We didn't try to paint a banner from left to right. We didn't try to start with the swoopy bits and paint the banner and end it. We painted it a chunk in the middle, and then we did a chunk on the side, and then a triangle out here, and then added a triangle to it.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you continue to do that in your base color, which I start with a dark color, and you just build shapes until they become the form you want, and then paint inside the form to bring dimension to it like we did with here. Right. So the fist was just black in a blob that I knew kind of where the fingers go. I am a 2D artist too, so I can draw fairly well. And so doing a fist is not a big deal. So paint the fist out and then do the lighter colors in there so that I don't have to worry about doing the black in between the fingers. It's just the background color showing through where I didn't paint the light color. So that's a good thing to do, but this is just 4 cylinders going parallel to one another, a little bit of an arc to them to make it look like a fist, and then a cylinder underneath, perpendicular for the thumb. And then you just put a blob on here for the pad of the thumb, and then a blob underneath for the rest of the palm that you can't see. And then the diamond you saw was just starting narrow with a diamond just to get the shape on there that you want, and then growing that shape to fit the space. I would say that one of the biggest takeaways, if you have anything for today, never paint the thing the size you think it needs to be. Always paint it smaller and thicken up your lines. Paint a little bit more paint on to thicken it up. Because spatially on 3-dimensional objects, your brain may have a hard time wrapping around. I do this all the time, and my brain still has a hard time wrapping around the immediate size that I want to go for. I've always found paint the diamond smaller than you know it needs to be, just so you get the shape placed on the model. Because if it's smaller and you got it crooked, you can make it bigger and straighten it out. If you make it the exact size and it's crooked, you're screwed. Because you can't rotate it. And if it's as big as you want, then you have to make it bigger, and now it might be bigger than you want it. But if you start small and it's not quite in line with the way you want it, same way I did the letters with the pen. If I get the line a little off, then I can thicken the line up to retrace the angle. and make them work better. So with that kind of stuff, always think going smaller, not ultra small, but in the arena, but so you can enlarge it to fix its placement, fix its sizing. If it was a little too far to the right, then you build it out to the left, but you're growing the shape that way to fill up the space. So if you can just think about it like that, that'll be the biggest key that sparks being able to freehand in your brain, because now it's a little bit safer. Because one of the big things that scares you is, I want to do a dragon on there and I paint this S and it's in the wrong spot and it was exactly the right size. And you're like, oh, and you have hours of airbrushing on this model. And what do? Airbrush the shoulder, whatever. So start small so you can correct, because you can always grow the line in thickness in a way that you can almost rotate an object near 45 degrees in either direction just by thickening the line to one side or the other. So it gives you a lot of play to be able to fix it when you can't actually pick it up and move it. So good way to start. Keep things broken down into their constituent parts: cylinders, spheres, squares, rectangles, whatever you need, and then put those together and then define them as what you want. Dragon, fist, whatever. Right?
Perfect.
Dragon fist.
Dragon.
But thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you're new around here, please hit the follow or the subscribe button. We do this 5 days a week, normally Monday through Friday. 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. is our normal broadcast time here from Monument HQ. We'd love to see you back. It's a great community, lots of great questions. You guys drive a ton of good content. Hopefully we get you inspired in painting some models. Go turn your gray stuff into colorful, neat stuff. Have fun doing it. And remember us when it's time to purchase some paints and brushes. Go to monumenthobbies.com or monumenthobbies.eu and pick up some hobby supplies. You see our stuff working live here with no tricks, no fancy CGI or after edits or anything. It is what it is. I'm just using water and a brush. So
real human.
Yeah.
He's a real human. Beep boop.
Glitch. 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 But yeah, most of the time I'm a real human, and we love to have you back. So make sure to join that and our Discord. We have a wonderful community of approaching 7,000 amazing miniature artists just like yourselves. Great place to go and get information if you're just starting or if you're a seasoned vet, either one. Great community, great friends to be made, great place to share ideas, get inspired by other people's work. Join our monthly challenge, which this month is to paint a freaking army man. There's a few days left in the month where you too can paint a green army man, like a literal green army man. And we painted a green army man to a pretty good quality level very quickly, and we're going to review all of those at the end of the month as we head into March, and I'm excited to see what everybody is doing with their army mans. That's a lot of fun, so make sure to join that. And yeah, we love your faces. Stick around. Chris is going to find us somebody to raid. Show some love in the chat we wind up in, and we'll catch you back here tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.